What am I supposed to remember?
So, my recent Amiibo review actually went over really well, and you guys said that you wanted me to do more of them. So, that's what I'm gonna do. Now, while I do have a few Amiibo that I recently got that I can review, instead I'm going to be looking at something different. Today, I'm going to be looking at the Skull Kid figure that came with the limited edition of The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask 3D.
Just a few weeks ago, Nintendo released the much-anticipated remake of The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask for the Nintendo 3DS. This is a game with a huge fan following thanks to its dark tone, unique atmosphere, and gameplay elements not seen in any other Zelda game. And Nintendo knew this and decided to celebrate that by releasing a few limited edition bundles of the game throughout the world. The UK got a copy of the game that came in a steelbook case and included an awesome pin and poster set. Many Americans thought we wouldn't get any kind of special edition because, let's be honest, it wouldn't be the first time Nintendo of America didn't do something that the other countries did. But, much to everybody's surprise, we did get a collector's edition, and it included a super cool Skull Kid figure, and it went up for pre-order on a random Tuesday afternoon, and was sold out pretty much immediately. Yeah, the release of this thing was handled really poorly. Most people didn't even know it went live by the time it was sold out because they were at work or school. Not to mention, Nintendo stated that it would only be available at GameStop, Amazon, and Fry's, but later that day, it went up for pre-order on BestBuy.com, which is where I got it. It was a real mess, which seems to be Nintendo's thing lately. But let's not harp on that too much. Let's talk about the figure. First, the packaging. It's really stylish. I love that the window to see the figure is in the shape of Majora's Mask. That's a really nice touch. There's some nice artwork of Skull Kid on the front, as well as either side of the box. I love the use of black and purple on the whole thing. It's a nice contrast to the bright colors of the figure itself. But my favorite part of the package is this little bit right here. This figure has no amiibo functionality. I think it's just funny that they have to state that now. Besides, it's a bit large to be an amiibo anyway. The figure itself is also very cool. The paint is bright and really pops. It's interesting to think of such a bright character in such a dark game, but that's Skull Kid. It's also pretty detailed, though not overly detailed. There's shading on several parts of his outfit to make it look worn and realistic, and the markings on his gloves also stand out and look great. Not a speck of paint out of place. But my favorite detail is the mask itself, which, of course, is the focal point of the whole thing. It just looks great. It's painted perfectly, the colors are perfect, it's as detailed as it needs to be, and it's definitely creepy with the way his head is tilted and those ever-staring eyes. Ooh. Not sure why he's looking at his hand like this, but the way he's posed, you can make him hold a bunch of stuff.
You might need a haircut. Spot of tea, anyone? Your calves are quite nice. Have you been working out? No, I don't have any comment for this one. This is stupid. He's grabbing her legs, I swear.
The figure is decently large, probably bigger than you'd expect coming with a 3DS game. It's not to scale with your amiibo though, so Link might have a disadvantage if you decide to make them duke it out. The only problem I have with the figure is a minor one, but still a problem, and that's the fact that the stand he's on is very thin and feels very cheap. The figure itself is weighty and made from some decent plastic, but the stand is thin and hollow. It does at least have the Majora's Mask logo on it to give it a bit of detail, but it's a shame they didn't have him standing on a stump or designed to look like the surface of the moon or something. It's possible that it's hollow to further prevent people from thinking it's an amiibo with the NFC chip in it, but I still think they could have made it a bit thicker. Or just left it off completely. His feet are flat enough that they could probably stand on his own, unless he can't hold up the weight of his arm. I don't know. It's not a huge problem. He'll be on your shelf anyway, but it's kind of weird how cheap the stand seems compared to the figure itself. Overall, I think this figure is pretty great, especially since it only costs an extra $10 to get the special edition over the game itself. I'd easily pay $10 if they released this by itself. If you're a huge Majora's Mask fan and want a bigger statue with more details and a better stand, you can always try to hunt down one of the first 4 figure Skull Kid statues from a few years ago. But if you're not made of money and were able to snag one of these at release, I think it's a great piece of swag to add to your collection. Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this video and you haven't done so yet, go watch my review of a few amiibos I did a while ago. I talked about the Shulk amiibo, Rosalina, Peach, and Yoshi. I liked that video. It was coolish. I guess it wasn't cool. I mean, I was talking about toys, but I liked it. It came out good. If you haven't watched our Let's Play of Pokemon Crystal yet, we're almost done with it. We're on the home stretch. Give that a watch. And if you just like our videos in general, then go ahead and subscribe to us. That would be super awesome. You can favorite this video, do all those fun things. And if you want to blow some money, we also sell t-shirts and stickers. They're cool. Thanks for watching.